Just roll it.
Uh, we used banishment to come back to the material plane, and since we got in a totally random place, we found a fort with a bunch of adventurers looting it. Probably some bandit fort before that. As we talked to them in very peaceful manners with no threats at all, for some reason they decided to attack us. So we fought back, and they are all dead.
Well, almost all of them. We left one alive.
Exactly, so he can get his revenge later.
They were able to live. Okay, that's good news.
For
Also, I want
reference,
to
when
know
I told them about it, that player was hyped that he was the only one that was still alive.
yeah, I want to know about their reaction after. After massacring them, actually, because I think a fireball killed four of them at once. I designed a piece of paper with a symbol, so in case we ever wanted to come back, since it's a very interesting place, I have a teleport spot that will probably go wrong when we need it, but anyway. After that, we took a rest and came back to the house. A few strangers arrived at the portal when we got here. Three teenagers that we had no idea who were, except we figured out it was Lyra and Joshua after 3 years of us gone. Apparently, they've been fighting the syndicate with a kid named Robin who turned coats against them. Our dear Kenku is getting old, and our boy Maurice is dead.
And many
Also,
tears were
Spoon went
shed
back
for
home.
him.
Many tears are shed from me. I want a funeral.
There probably was one in our absence.
True.
Spoon, yeah.
But yeah, I think that was just about it.
Yep.
Gain that inspiration.
Nice.
There we go. Alright, so as I recall, we were sitting around the table, conversing, trying to figure out what the hell happened in the last 3 years. And pretty much where they've gotten in that time. And I did remember to do the math. We are exorbitantly wealthy again.
Yay.
To the tune of, I think, like 50 grand, somewhere in the ballpark.
Holy shit.
56 and change thousand just in gold.
Wow.
Well, we were getting about 1,200 gold a month. We were gone for 3 years, so that adds up to about 44,000 gold.
Oh, wow.
We are rich.
We just got to be gone for 3 years.
Seeing as most of us either, I mean, most of us know, but me and Woods don't plan on dying anytime soon, we are going to get very wealthy in our lives.
Yeah.
I'll say,
We don't age.
Paige plans to be immortal, and Woots doesn't age. So, yeah.
Page 10,000 years from now, entering an old dwarf's house. You are the relative of the brothers of the miner. Why hasn't my pen been delayed by 9,000 years? Explain now.
God, by then you just have, like, all the coin in several kingdoms.
Probably.
Like, you would be the economy.
Oh my god, he would be like the secret, shadow government to loan money. Like, where else? Where else? Where is all this coming from? We don't know. But someone high that's even above us is controlling the strings.
But, where should we go from here, is the question.
Good point. Well, where they stopped? They recruited Robin?
That was recent, yes.
Yes.
Within the last couple of months.
Oh yeah, I should definitely check the information that Mason got for me.
It just... Scribble just has a massive pile of mail for you somewhere.
Paige will probably go after that mail.
There's probably a lot of mail for most of us. Just sitting around somewhere.
Pencil has a bunch of love letters.
Didn't you call me?
Krell's just got dozens of requests from her queendom. And Woots has so many letters from Granny.
Oh, I do? Is it all rent due?
Well, when you stopped writing, she probably assumed something was up, and she's trying to see if you're well, I imagine.
I'm definitely gonna probably visit her at some point. Right now, we're in the meeting.
Well, meeting's more or less over.
Okay.
Just figuring out the nitty-gritty. Where are my notes? There. Do you guys have any questions, concerns? There's kind of a lot to go over. I need to know where to start.
Yeah, I do. What time's dinner ready?
Alright, forget you guys have to eat.
Well, considering it's 4 in the morning, I think you've got a while.
For the last year, I've been eating only stew. Well, week. Years for you guys.
Stew.
Yeah. I'm not sure if it wasn't human meat yet.
And the last stew I had was mostly rat, so couldn't be worse. Man, could really
Here
go for
lies the
some
question.
rat stew now. Anyway, important matters.
Let's see. Oh, did you guys ever find out about that priest? What was the name again?
We ever
I
got a
think it
name.
was the dragon, I think.
Well, we were working on that lead for a while, but then we got sidetracked, and there were some skirmishes. Then things got really wild.
Did anyone come bother you guys while we were out?
Oh no, we've got everything kind of hush-hush. Nobody really knows this is our headquarters yet.
Oh, there we are.
Oh, there he is. Look at that, he's early for being late.
Yay!
What's
It's
up?
just that the drive home was just a little longer than I thought.
No worries. You mostly just missed recap.
Great, I remember what happened last time, so we're all good.
Yeah, we're just still sitting around the table discussing things that have happened in our absence.
Are you still drinking? Are you still? Are you still? God fucking damn! Are you still drinking Pepsi? Oh,
What?
Pepsi with Peeps.
Oh.
No, I never drank any of that. I just saw it at the store. That shit's gonna be in the store forever because nobody's buying that.
My tongue refused to say the words "Are you still?"
You'll get it. You're gonna get it. And the only worthwhile thing I did was replace my controller.
Alright, so game we're playing.
Ugh. Gotta open all my shit.
Any more questions?
How about when you guys first decided to join our fight against the syndicate?
It was probably about a year after you guys left. Like, nothing was really going on, and... Well, obviously we'd been trained to fight by then, and... gaining skills in our own right.
Whoa.
Did you guys went through my room?
That's what you're concerned about?
There is a lot of dangerous shit out there.
That's a good point, actually. Yeah, I don't know what dangers lurk in there.
Well, nothing exploded in there, if that's what you mean.
That's good. That's all that matters. I zoned out a bit. Have things gotten worse since we left?
Oh, most certainly.
Oh, good. Great. Good.
Like,
I'm so glad to hear it.
Or worse.
I mean, it's hard to explain, but you guys will see.
We're gonna go out there and the sun's gonna be out there.
Just the whole cave roof is just missing now.
Ooh,
what to freak out?
that'd be like a bad day for the Underdark.
Woods would freak out.
And it's not like it
The
collapsed.
sun's hot.
Yeah. And it's not like
Suddenly
it
their whole
collapsed
continent
or
is exposed.
anything. It's
It
just
just
gone.
vanished.
It's a great way if we ever leave town. The roof just vanishes with us.
Well, I mean, by the time we do leave town, we're gonna be level 20, so... Just
It's
changing the
possible.
very fabric of reality will be child's play to us.
It would be Tuesday.
For them, it was the day the world ends. For us, it was Thursday.
Quote M. Bison in the Street Fighter movie. He said something to that effect, I'm pretty sure.
Something like that. I haven't watched Street Fighter in a minute. I did just recently watch Street Fighter 2 again, though. Does not hold up as well as it used to.
I don't think it held up ever, honestly.
That was a sketchy movie start to finish. Fun to watch, though. Fights were good, but... yeah. Anyway, game we're playing.
Okay. Perhaps maybe we should just hit the town, see what's happened. Unless things are like heavily policed now, that would change things. But I don't think they could get away with that. Like, just anywhere. I suppose the best... you can't tell us how bad it's gotten. You said it's hard to explain.
Yeah, like...
But we'll know it when we see it.
yeah.
Is it social
Well, then I
change
suppose-
or is it a physical change in the environment?
Yes.
I suppose the
Oh.
best thing to do is to just go and see it then, huh?
Yeah, probably.
Great, fantastic.
Let's go.
Let's do that then.
I'm too tired mentally for those ladders. I'll check them later.
I'm sure it's fine. I'm
Oh.
sure it's just them being like, hey man, you came to one meeting and then never again. That's kind of fucked up.
You're just gone.
You asked us for your help and then never responded to any of our help offers. The fuck, bro?
Like, what's that all about? Little did they know you vanished into the Feywild for 3 years.
I'm going to get there acting weird and with a few mushrooms on my head and say, "What's up? I was in the Feywild for 3 years."
Sorry, that's
you
a
were there for a
t-shirt.
couple weeks. Oh boy.
True.
Man,
Just
wait
take a
until
look.
your memories fully awaken. That's gonna be a fun day for realizations.
It is going
He
to
was
be
actually-
very fun.
he was a
Also,
full-
I'm sorry for not interacting with the NPC.
He was
That happens. It's player
time.
agency for you.
I felt bad because the players did that to me when I was DMing.
It happens. You plan for that.
I had somebody know the boss I was they'll know what I was referencing when I made a boss the first time I homebrewed a character for a boss. It wasn't fun because they called it immediately and I was like, that's annoying.
Yeah, it's almost like you did that to me a bunch. But then again, I made them for the references to be there, so...
Yeah. Suppose it's just time to keep it down.
Yeah.
Okay, as we see the map, it's not totally ruined.
That's because
Yeah,
I
the
never got
map's
around. I never got around
map's
to
not
making a
on
new
fire.
map because that would be brutally time.
Consuming.
There you go. Couldn't find the word.
I'm gonna.
Bless you.
Thank you.
But yeah, heading out into the city, you find the streets being patrolled by guardsmen. Checkpoints are set up at regular intervals around the city.
Whoa.
Oh, wow, this looks
So
like a
I-
police state.
Hey, that's what I said. I had the right idea.
Like, I want you to imagine Dishonored, that level of police patrol.
Oh.
Ooh. That's bad. Oh no!
The rats
Things got this
included?
bad in a couple years. The rats include. Yeah, there's a plague now.
Yeah, we live in the rich district. I don't think that's a problem for us.
Yeah, that's true. We get the best healthcare. We're the 1%.
One of those words in that sentence wasn't necessary. And that would be best.
We get the healthcare. My bad.
Well, I mean, we know a surgeon.
He nearly killed me.
But did you die?
To be
No.
fair, he was working with a literal god artifact. So that's a pretty rough thing for anybody to do. I think even
I
the
was
best
scared for a
surgeons would
week that
struggle with
Mimir
that.
would steal my eye while I was sleeping.
You'd really be stealing, though.
More like getting back. You did take his eye after all.
It was gone for thousands of years and he did not take it back. Now it's
That's
mine.
That's a good point.
Fuck is all
Oh, it's
over my
got-
monitor.
It got bad.
Okay, so I assume the syndicate are either more active than before or they're in the government.
It's a healthy assumption.
Yeah, because it wasn't like this before. That or things. That or there was a horrific crime outbreak, and the Nevermore government really decided they needed to step things up. But something tells me that that's not what happened.
You're right. I think they took a step in a different direction. How are we supposed to? I mean, this is very bad.
Yeah. Do you think we're still wanted? Like, do you think they still have our pictures? Do they ever have my picture?
No.
Well, I'm good.
Before you joined us, you always wore the mask, and now you rarely do.
Benefit. Well, this is a rough spot of bother we found ourselves in.
Veritable dystopian hellscape, as it were.
Don't say it like that. This is fixable, I think.
When murder is the solution, is it really fixing?
It's
Don't-
more like getting rid
don't
of the
get all-
problem.
Back to that moral quandary of, are we the bad guys?
Don't get all seinen manga on me right now. I don't need another like group of people idolizing like Griffith or whatever.
Asking for Lyra and Joshua, since you are guys in the city for more time than us, are these guards from the town or from the syndicate? Or both?
Hard to tell. They wear the city uniforms, but then again, picking one member of the syndicate out from another is like a needle in a haystack.
Right, it could be anybody.
Oh great, we can
No,
trust
they're not
anyone.
like they're not like stand users. You can't just like obviously tell who it is.
The stand user could be anyone.
But that
The
guy is
with-
ridiculously muscular and flamboyant. Has to be a stand user.
The guy in Egypt who's pale white with a purple afro could not be him.
The 12-year-old, more jacked than Baki Hanma, who is 16, mind you.
Ugh.
I always remember
never
that.
never can fucking touch that series.
Baki is
Every
great.
time-
Watch the whole thing.
I will not. You cannot make me do it.
Like, nothing in the whole series makes any type of sense. It is just dudes beating the piss out of each other for no real reason.
Great.
Now you make me want to see it.
Some things are too weird, and I've had people describe the scene where Baki's dad comes in when he's like with his girlfriend, and I just never will watch it.
That's like a good 5-minute scene. And it's not that he comes in, he's watching the whole fucking time. And Baki knows that he's watching.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm good. I think.
Okay,
I'm
what
gonna
the fuck is happening
Yeah.
past the anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So basically, Yujiro, Baki's dad, told him he has to have sex every minute of every day to get truly strong. So he does.
Oh,
It's too weird. All right.
uh,
Like, JoJo is a good level of weird. Baki, that's not it.
our anime I'm going to say is normal anime from Japan.
Look, gay vampires that can stop time. That's cool. That's cool. Weird. Your dad watching you have sex and telling you that it'll make you stronger. Less cool. Too weird.
Did you just call Dio gay? Because he has
you
at least
looked at
three. He has at least 3 children that are confirmed.
And look at the guy. You're gonna look
He
at
was-
him.
Like,
He
dude
was
had a
Look at that
whole.
guy with his green lipstick and his fucking his
Dude has a
eyeliner and that
whole ass
outfit and his 3
harem.
parts. I'm just
Theo
saying,
was
man.
100% pansexual. You cannot
Yeah.
argue with that.
If
That I won't argue with.
he's got to be at least bi-leaning.
Easily. But
We're
he
playing
is
a
shown
game.
more than once with harems of women, so
Man,
we
sometimes
can't
it's
throw the
just
gay
killing them.
label on there. Anyway,
Okay.
this game we're playing.
I'm sorry. Keep getting on fucking tyrants about random shit. Well,
Anyway, Hansel, do an experiment for us. Go, pass by one of these guards, see if they react to you.
they wouldn't because they didn't see my face that much. If anything, it'd be better for you to do it.
Nah, I'm too vulnerable. Go on. They'll probably just
They
kick you or
wouldn't
something.
recognize me.
I know. I want to see how they treat normal citizens.
Oh, how the? Oh, gotcha. Okay, fine.
Okay, before that, what of your equipment do you have on you right now? What you have with
I
you
don't know, I
vastly changes how this goes.
I mean, I don't have like a ton of weapons on my person. I left my mace behind. I stopped using that. I think probably the dagger too. So I think the only like real weapon on me is Mjolnir. And I guess like my holy symbol. But that's not really a weapon. That's just more of like I'm a man of God. I guess I'm wearing my armor probably. Never really took it off. We kind of went straight from leaving the portal to talking with the kids. So, heavily armed, no. Armed, yes.
So you tentatively approach the guard checkpoint. Identification, please.
Oh, right. That's right. It should be in my satchel.
Now it's worth the time remembering that one of us doesn't have identification.
Oh. Ah. It was
How do you
supposed
get
to.
into town?
Woots always snuck in and out.
Oh, it's Woods. I thought it was Hansel that didn't have it.
No, he got his paperwork before he came in. That was
Ah,
established. But Woots has always
Ah.
snuck into the city.
Here you
Yeah,
are.
people don't like kids from the slum, so
I've got my papers right there.
Begins
Oh,
to go
man,
over
help.
your documents. Alright, these look all official. Got the right stamps, the right signatures. You wouldn't happen to be carrying any weaponry now, would you? Anything sharp could be used as a weapon. Just solid fucking hammer hanging off your belt.
No, I have some tools that could maybe be perceived that way. But not anything like sharp or meant to be used as a weapon.
Trade work, I assume?
Yes, I am a apprentice blacksmith.
Ah, could always use more of those.
Yes, someone needs to make the spears and swords.
Alright, everything seems to be in order. Have a good day.
Perfect, thank you. I can't just like turn around and go back to my friends. So I guess I just have to keep going.
That would just be only the most sketchy thing ever. It's just cool, I got checked out and I'm just gonna go back where I came from. Like, it's not suspicious in the slightest.
Now I gotta go find something to do till it seems like an appropriate amount of time for me to come back around.
Well, he didn't get his ass beat, so I'm disappointed.
Well, I mean,
I do.
there's
Oh, no,
someone
I do
that's
have
been missing
greater
you for
invisibility.
3 years. You might as well go visit them.
Oh yeah. I could also just sneak back through with greater invisibility. Or do I have normal invisibility?
You're assuming they don't have people
ways
that
to detect
constantly
magic.
yeah, I was about to say. You're assuming
Constantly
they
detect
don't have
magic?
people detecting for magic and such.
Ah,
But then
shit.
again, they would have detected that your hammer is magical, so.
Yeah.
But then you could have just come up with some excuse like it's a rune hammer.
Really good at that whole blacksmithing thing.
Let's beat out the metal.
How do you think +1 and +2 weapons come into existence, my guy? We don't just shove that shit into dragon's blood. Well, I mean, sometimes we do, but that's not the point.
That'd be cool. Instead of like water or any other cooling style, they just have like dragon's blood. That probably wouldn't end very well.
Since Quill is with me, I could also just cast invisibility on you from 120 feet away.
Eh.
But you should go visit him.
It'll probably do well to visit Fizzerwidget anyway, see how his shop is holding up.
Probably not a bad idea.
I guess the shop isn't like a proper physical location. It's like a weird space between space, right? Or am I thinking of something else?
No, you are. It's in a pocket dimension.
Yeah. So I don't think they have any like reign over that.
Like, there is a physical building where you go into that connects to that pocket dimension, but likely if you were to sever that connection, it'd just be like an empty building.
Is Hansel still 120 feet away from us?
Yeah, I'm going.
He's trying to act
Like
as least suspicious as possible.
Yeah, I
I'm
just
probably
want to
not
know if
like
I can
sprinting. I'm
cast
probably
message.
just like walking. I'm probably in. It depends on how far back you stayed from the checkpoint.
Probably far enough
Uh,
back to not seem as if we were in a group with you.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. That's not really up to me.
We stay just right behind him, looking curious above his shoulder.
But we have like a telepathic link, don't we?
Oh yeah, we can.
Yeah, as long as
There you
Woots
go.
can
Have a
see
phone.
you, he can establish that.
Yeah, we had it for 6 hours.
Nice.
Woots has like mega vision, so we're good.
Yeah, you should probably keep track of the city, see what's changed from last time we were here.
Okay, I'll keep an eye out on my way.
Also, if you have a notebook, mark the shifts where there are guards and stuff like that.
Okay. Go do something productive. I will do this. And also peek the shops we go to the most frequently and make sure they're all okay. So I guess the blacksmiths and Fizzerwidgets.
Yeah, but how often have we gone to the blacksmith?
That's a good point. We actually just get our weapons from Fizzerwidget because they're all magical at this point.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the last 3 weapons we've added to our arsenal have all been legendary weapons, so...
But yeah.
Mhm.
But we do like magic.
The last time we
magical
went to a
swag.
blacksmith was for making keys to the house.
Yeah, I think so. Because we
That's
had to
probably
make a
correct.
whole lot of copies.
All of our staff needed copies. There's a whole thing. But we're here now.
And then we
That's
just
what-
don't ever lock the door.
We should. Well, I feel like that's more of an implied thing.
Because it's like, someone breaks in, we got security officer Tisba, main floor. Half the time, we have our informant on the main floor.
Yeah, so break in at your own peril.
And then half of us are a quick teleport through a floor away. Hell, Woots is on ground level.
So
What?
break in. While it's not preferred, we have ways to counteract it. Because we're fucking high-level adventurers. And that's not the type of person you want to fuck with most of the time.
Imagine if a random mugger tries to rob our house. The poor man.
That poor guy. He's gonna have a real rough go of it.
A commoner against 6 level 13 characters.
6 level 13 characters.
I don't know what count I was making.
I'll say there's
I
4
just said the
level
number.
13 characters, a handful of level 7 characters, I think some 3s.
Yeah, we're
That
good.
is still a
Yeah,
lot.
stay the chain. Alright.
Just some Home Alone situation. 2 low level rogues trying to break in. And just everything that could go wrong does.
We're the foil to another party's encounter.
Oh, yeah, did you run us against them?
No, the full crew wasn't there yesterday, so I couldn't run it.
Damn.
Because we had a player and his fiance that were, well, they both play the game, but they were out of town with his parents for his birthday. And then another player was, I think they got called in for an extra shift or something, I don't remember. But we were down 3 out of 9, so.
Would have been a little bit rough.
Yeah. I mean, it would have been rough anyway, but
Yeah,
at least a lot of them got to 2nd and 3rd level, so running against what they did, because they managed to roll one of the really, really tough encounters. A Tyrannosaurus zombie.
Ah!
It's awesome.
Most
And-
normal Tomb of Annihilation encounter.
Well, see, the Tyrannosaurus zombie isn't just the zombie of a Tyrannosaurus. It's also consumed a lot of people who become zombies inside of it. And it has an ability that it can just keep vomiting up these zombies.
That's some
Oh, I thought-
Resident Evil shit, man.
I thought it was going to be like a try hard situation. After the zombie is dead, a bunch of guys falling from his stomach.
See, that can happen if he doesn't use the vomit ability. Just 4 zombies just blast out of its guts and go ham on the team. And of course, they've all got undead resistance, so they just keep getting back up. But yeah, that was a fun encounter. Surprisingly, no one died.
W.
Anyway, I lost my train of thought.
Well, now that Hansel is gone, what should we do?
Brown, is there any like major big changes in the land or the town? Like any landmarks that appear or disappeared?
For the most part, everything's just about the same.
Any boastful statues?
Yeah.
Not that you're aware of.
Any
Pretty much the
any
only
flags
thing...
or
No, not really. But the only real change is the adding of all these guard checkpoints everywhere. Like every 3 or 4 blocks down a road.
Can I check the bounties around town?
Well, if you can get to the middle of the town, you can.
Yeah,
If you remember, they were posted in the town square.
Isn't Hansel going through there?
Yeah.
Hansel, you know it.
Okay. I'll take care. I'll look.
Warn us of anyone we know,
Okay.
or specifically strange people.
No problem, Paige.
Thank you
Alright.
very much.
We'll get back to
Well, just
that in
got
a minute.
another job for poor Hansel.
Step 1. Go look at the bounty board.
You know what? I think Crow would
This-
also want to go to the magic shop.
Perfect.
She has
Maybe just
desperately needed an upgrade to her armor for ages.
I should probably do that sometime.
Her armor isn't even magical.
Mine isn't either. It's just normal ass chainmail.
Hers is chainmail resistance to poison, which we never encounter ever.
No, we do not.
So,
We should start throwing some people with poison in.
poison is resisted by lots of things. So, it's not a typing people usually throw around very much. It's like damn near every monster resists it. Anyway.
Paige is going
There's,
to go back and
there's
look at
no-
those letters.
there's no fucking way this blind goblin has official documents.
She does.
Oh. Wow.
She had spoon fill
She
them out,
really
remember?
does. No, I'm saying that's what like the guards are thinking. So I mean, if I was in their position, and a 3-foot creature that was probably apparently blind, does she have like the milky eyes thing going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a very obviously blind goblin. I'd firstly be surprised that it was alive. That would be the first thing I'd think. I'm like, how the fuck did this thing live?
Krell's gonna use, first level disguise self. Exclusively to hide all of her knives.
Yeah, that'll do it. Disguise herself as Krell, but without knives.
Pretty much. You could make yourself, including your
Definitely.
clothing, armor, weapons, and other belongings on your person, look different.
There you go. That's how you do it. That's playing the game.
I'm
Krell
gonna
without knives
follow.
loses like half of her weight.
Let me count, hold on. How many knives are
What do you-
currently on Krell?
What do you have? A knife? No!
A knife.
Alright, so 11,
11.
12, 13, 14. She currently has 14 knives on her.
For what? For a rainy day?
Well, 11 of those are regular ass daggers. And 3 of her other daggers are back at the house still because she doesn't use them very much anymore. I mean,
All those knives.
only 3 of her knives on her, or no, 2 of her knives on her are even magical in any way. One's just an enhanced
11
knife, and 11 of them are
11 for
regular
throwing
ass
and 2 for
daggers.
stabbing.
Pretty much.
Lovely.
But she's also got her great club on her, so that's also gonna be hidden. Yeah, she's gonna approach the well, not even a patrol, a checkpoint, hand over her documents like she's done this a million times before, because one, who's gonna question the blind goblin, and 2, yeah, she could probably bullshit herself out of just about anything.
And that's what really matters.
Well, and you've got a +4 to charisma, and you have
That's true.
expertise in 2 different charisma-based roles.
I don't have that, but what I do have is a +4 in charisma and proficiency in some of those skills. So it's still pretty fucking. I got like a +9 to most of my charisma rolls.
Well, in all fairness, I am 2 separate charisma casters, so
Yeah.
charisma's kind of
One
important.
charisma caster. We've both got a little bit of warlock in us.
I think we both have exactly 3 levels in Warlock.
I have 5 levels in warlock.
Okay, then you have a little more Warlock in you than me. But, still. Crow manages to get through the checkpoint without much issue. Because who's going to distrust the blind goblin in a cloak? who doesn't
Who
appear to have
does that?
pretty much anything other than a pretty hefty coin pouch.
I think he would just feel bad and be like, "That's an easy target."
Like, who's this blind goblin child going to hurt?
Who is this lost child?
Sassy lost child, thank you.
Sassy lost child. I'm gonna quote One Punch Man. I gotta quote it correctly.
Yes, you do.
Shit is like gospel to the people who read and watch it.
I haven't watched it in ages.
I never have. I should. It's on my list of shit that people keep telling me to watch, and I will eventually.
The more people say me to watch something, the more I leave it for later.
The more you avoid it, just to spite them.
There's three big ones: Hajime no Ippo, One Punch Man, and Batman: The Mask of the Phantom.
Ah, those are also good. It's Phantasm, by the
Or the
way.
Batman.
Phantasm, sorry.
That movie was made the same year I was born. That's how old I am.
Really?
Yep, it was made in 1993.
Oh, you completed 30 this year, or is going to complete?
Yeah, I'm gonna be 30 this year. A couple months, actually.
Good luck.
Anyway,
Perfect. Now I have it traveling. And I don't have to be alone.
and even more awkward than normal.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So that's the best part about Hanzo. He's got just I imagine his charisma is just like he's like naturally a decent looking guy and can kind of talk, but he's got no social skill. It's the fucking yep. I'm stumbling my way through life. I just so
So
happen to
every
be-
harem protagonist got it.
The haircut he has does not help with that comparison.
I said harem, not hentai.
Oh, my bad. It's the same shit, honestly. You cannot convince me they do not use like some of the same tropes.
They
all
do
the
use a
time.
lot of the same tropes. Anyway,
Therefore,
what are Paige and Woots doing in our absence?
Paige is going to his room, skim to those letters.
Alright, well, everything in your room is currently covered in about an inch of dust.
First thing, summon unseen servant to clean everything.
Man, you'd think the people we hired to maintain our house would have maintained our house, but we didn't hire a cleaner.
probably should do that.
Still never got
There's gotta
proper
be-
child care.
There's got to be some kind of like maid service in this city.
And now I'm flashing back to a previous campaign, and now that's getting inserted.
Okay. Not sure what I did, but you're welcome.
You reminded me of a previous player character.
Oh, okay.
Alright,
What's going
what's
to be
Woots doing?
What's you said? Granny sent some letters towards him. Them.
Yeah.
Not fast. I assume there's only a few of them.
Ooh.
I think he would read them, but he's definitely going to try to make plans to go visit her at some point today.
Alright. Alright. Well, Hansel and Krell make their way to the town center, reaching the illustrious bounty board that once graced most of our faces.
Let's see here.
None of us are on there, thank God.
Well, that's good. Presumed dead. Probably. I'm not sure. But we're not on it, and that's what matters.
There is a strange rendition of a very poor hygiene. What's the word I'm looking for?
Very dirty.
No, beyond that.
Poorly groomed?
Close.
Non-hygienic?
Close enough. But a guy who doesn't look like he's in the greatest of health, wearing a traditional, like, sorcerer's apprentice style wizard hat is on there.
What about,
It's the
Joshua
goose.
Myra? And
Instead
the
of
other
missing-
kid, whose name I've forgotten.
What now?
Robin, right? The three kids, Joshua, Lyra, and the other one, whose name I've forgotten.
Robin.
Robin. I knew I had it. I said it.
But none
Are
of
they
them are on
the
there.
board? Perfect. So if they have been going against them, they've been doing well. Not kidding.
Well, I mean, one of them is a rogue. I
And the
think
other is a druid. So those, you can't get a better disguise than an animal.
pretty much.
Perfect. No one is in immediate danger. Although I assume when we start doing things again, that's when it might be trouble.
You gotta make masks again.
I gotta start wearing the mask again, that's right.
Alright, so having checked that, we make our way over to good old Fizzer Widgets.
Good old fizzer widgets.
I recently cleared out a lot of old maps. Let me... Oh, look at that. We were the last two to also visit Fizzer Widgets. That's weird.
How about that?
Well, if I
I
made
think
all
we
these
went to
shop
the,
models, then we only ever go to the one. Like, we never even go to the general store anymore.
What's there to get?
Or, you know, like the
Rations.
apothecary.
Now that'd probably be pretty important. What does an apothecary sell?
Potions.
I actually don't even. Yeah, alright, potion. I should have known that. That fucking one of my main team members in Octopath is the apothecary.
Not even clothes we have to buy because Woods makes the best clothes.
That's true.
Short notice too, so
Well, I mean, both Hansel and Krell are wearing them.
And Paige.
Yeah. I just need a. We're supposed to get a second part for Hansel's outfit after he merged back together.
I got an idea for the other half of it.
Well, perfect. We can take care of that at some point.
And I
may
gotta sneak
not wear
into
different
and
things
we're
all
gonna
the
steal it
time,
first.
But I do like to look nice.
Alright, so we've made our way to Fizzer Widgets. And not a whole lot about the shop has fundamentally changed, but like there's some new decorations and such. Obviously the stock of magic items is rotated a bit. It's been 3 years. If the stock didn't change, that'd be weird.
And for a guy who goes on adventures to find new magic items, it'd be just a little bit weird. A whole other campaign could have happened in the time that we were there.
Yeah.
Like another group of adventurers that need magic items could have come through. Wow.
Ah, you're giving
I
me
assume
ideas
the assistant
again.
I should just stop saying things.
I assume once again the assistant is another person.
Always.
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 The
It's
little
like,
computer inside my brain just gets so excited.
What's the term for it? Like, as soon as you're not looking at something, it changes.
What the fuck?
Non-Euclidean? No, non-Euclidean turns solid. Non-Newtonian.
You sure?
Pretty sure it's that.
I thought non-Newtonian is a solid that can become a liquid when force
Yeah,
is applied.
No, I
yeah.
think
No, yeah, Newtonian is like, that's oobleck, man. You put, it's cornstarch and water. No, it's a liquid that,
no,
becomes
that's
solid. when
Yeah, a
force is
non-Newtonian fluid is a fluid that doesn't follow Newton's laws of viscosity. Yeah,
okay. So
its
I was
viscosity
wrong.
can change under force.
So maybe it's
knows?
non-Euclidean or something like that.
I thought
I remember hearing
non-Euclidean
that
was a
term the other
non-standard
day.
shape.
Let me look it up.
God, how did I
It's
spell that right?
Schrodinger.
Any geometry that is not the same as Euclidean geometry. Oh boy. We're gonna tear each other apart trying to think of this fucking word.
Like, the Schrodinger cat metaphor is close.
Oh. Really? I guess, yeah, that makes sense.
You're not looking at something when you do that because you're predicting if it is or if it isn't.
Yeah, I guess so. Damn you, Schrodinger. Once again, correct.
Kind of like light, whether it is something and then, unless it's observed or something like that. I know the fucking name, I just can't remember.
There it is, the observer effect.
Oh, okay. I
It was in the
wouldn't know,
name.
so I'm just going to assume you're correct. I have no reason to not trust what you're saying to me.
It's the theory that observing something changes the outcome of what's going to happen.
Oh. Okay. Oh, Krell, were you looking for something specific? I assume that's why you came along.
Well, armor specifically, but you can always see what other kind of magical swag is here.
That's a good point. Maybe I should look for an upgrade to my armor.
Magical swag is a great sentence.
That's what it is. It's magic swag. Feel.
Yeah, Krell's gonna wander off to rummage.
Great.
Imagine how often Krell randomly accidentally cuts herself when coming here.
Yeah, maybe. That's why I imagine Woot is typically just like standing there watching. Don't touch that. That's sharp.
Well, let me look at my art. I think Krell actually wears gloves.
That would probably be good. That's like the most important part of Krell's armor. The gloves. The gauntlets.
Oh, I know she canonically took off her gloves of missile snaring, so... God, I gotta scroll back a lot to find her art. Holy shit. There it is. Yep, she does wear gloves.
Surprised that Krell, being a goblin, doesn't see the word by its tongue instead of his hands.
It's incredibly racist and insensitive. God, she's picking out a blind child again.
Oh my god! I thought I was the ableist in this group.
You are?
No, I'm a canist.
Paige is just racist. Oh.
That was funny. My joke was funny. Well, I suppose I should start wandering too. But I suppose first thing I owe an apology to Phaser Widget. How am I going to approach this?
Do you have
Seems too
prestidigitation?
casual.
First things first, do you have prestidigitation?
I think I do, yeah.
Then cast a perfume on yourself. Be ready.
Yeah, I think I do have
At least-
prestidigitation.
Yeah, at
Need
least
to
come
make
well
myself
prepared.
look presentable. I just got out of the Feywild. Got some weird gunk on me. Didn't get to shower for like 2 weeks. I exclusively had this spell.
By the way, did any
actually
of us
probably-
come back with
Which
any
is
weird
probably just as
mutations?
good now that I think about it.
Define mutations.
Things that are not supposed to be there before, like, I don't know, maybe our shadow dances while we are not looking.
Well, how would you know if it only does it when you're not looking?
Listen, I don't think anything you could do to Hansel's body would change how people perceive him. Him missing an arm is not going to change the fact that his skin is 2 separate colors.
True, I just want to know if we got any weird quirks now.
Your shadow dances while you're not looking. That's fucking hilarious. I love that.
Well, you've still got that
It's,
mushroom thing going on for no apparent reason.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can have fucking like another spell prepped now.
The
Fuck
shadow dancing when you're not looking is a thing written in the Rangers Fey Wonders subclass.
yeah. Oh, okay.
Can do that.
Just gonna kind of wander in after making myself look presentable and be like,
Ah,
I
now
see-
that is a face I've not seen for quite some while. I thought you did. If it weren't for your friends.
yes, it was a strange occurrence. A man claiming to be a god came to our house and said we were all horribly weak, and then he sent us to the Feywild.
Yes.
That's not like a high school homework excuse. That is what happened verbatim.
Yes, your friends explained to me how it went down, but honestly, for the first couple weeks, I thought you just stood me up.
No, I could never.
Well, I'm glad to see you in good health, my friend.
Yes, you as well. Though I had many doubts when we went in. Also, I didn't think time would pass like that. I suppose research is important before you do things. Well, we didn't know. We had no idea that's what he was going to do.
Yes, the Feywild can be a cruel mistress. I've been there on a trip or two, and lost several years myself, but we Ginny live for centuries, if not millennia.
Good. I'm glad to hear that it wasn't the worst set of circumstances. It wasn't for us either. Things seem to be. I mean, the town's changed for a bit of the worst, but the people around us haven't.
That kind of
So
puts it into perspective that human Hansel's lifespan would
It's a
be
lot
like,
shorter than Fizzerwidget's.
yeah, like if Hansel spent his entire life with Fizzerwidget, that'd be like 40, 50 years. But to Fizzerwidget, that'd be a short fling.
What can you do?
I mean, we can always solve that in case we need to.
Hmm.
We do have a vampire, a friend of ours.
I don't know, man. I'm not sure.
So, tastes
Hansel's already
good.
kind of in a rough space with the concept of mortality. I don't know if he needs to top immortality on top of that.
And I don't know about you, but Krell not being able to detect where the sun's rays fall would kind of make that a short immortality.
What is the average goblin lifespan?
I think it's like 50
That's-
years, give or take.
Okay, that's not bad.
Paige secretly making his plans to make everyone immortal.
I
The
would not
attack,
bet.
the attack,
My god, there's a lot
adventurer.
of different goblins.
what is it? What was it? You attack
After
the,
level 17, when I get wish, just casting the clone spell without any use of components.
one of- after, you attack the adventurer factor onto goblin lifespan, I think it gets a lot shorter.
Hell, even if you don't. Just through regular combat alone.
Goblins do be kind of crazy.
Well,
Regular.
when y'all fighters be jumping into our lairs and we're just trying to defend ourselves.
Who is this we? You think I've gone into a goblin cave and attacked them? I've never done that.
Not Hansel,
Spoon, on the other hand,
Spoon, and Whisk.
they're in the same cave. Well, we'll definitely need to follow up soon. Me and the Krell are doing a bit of window shopping now.
Interesting. I think I might actually have some items you and your posse might take some interest in if you've got the coin.
Well, even if we don't, we can always make the coin. But I may as well see. It's not like I can't bring the others by sometime to hear your spiel. Oh, and I could just tell them from here. We have a
Yeah,
Never
we've still
mind.
got a mental
Never mind.
clink for up to a mile.
for like 5 hours now. Yeah, man, yeah. Let's hear it. Hey guys, apparently Fizzlewidget has some things you think we might like. Some new stock.
Thanks.
I'm not sure. He just told me. I'm going to find out.
Go, tell us.
And I will. I'm not trying to. I'm not telling him. I told him that I'd like to hear.
You're having a whole mental
Information.
conversation in space in the middle of an existing conversation.
It's like, all the like. It's like when you like zoom in, you can hear Hansel's internal voice, but he's still like talking to Fizzlewidget. Well, yeah, it'd be nice to hear. I'm sure the fellas would like to hear about it at some point. And by that, I mean I can tell them when I get home.
You are aware that we have magic detection items here in the shop, right?
Anyway,
Anyway,
didn't think,
without
didn't
further
think psychic
ado,
powers necessarily counted as magic. I guess
well,
if it had to be under something, it'd be
pretty
that.
much anything under the divination school.
Oh, interesting.
Divination.
Pretty much
I suppose
anything
if it
that
had to
falls
be-
under, like, scrying,
I guess if
sending
it had to
messages and
be-
such.
Oh, that makes. Bro just casually has like magic wiretaps in his freaking shop.
Well, there are certain items and enchantments that specifically protect against scrying.
Mhm.
Like, I think there's specifically a helmet that's like, no, you can't look into my brain or determine where I am. And for some reason, it looks exactly like Magneto's helmet.
Ah. Okay.
But, how do you feel about shields, my friend?
Certainly helpful. Anything to stop me from getting stabbed or stopping anyone from getting stabbed is good. That's why
Okay.
Krell's looking for armor right now.
Well then, I've got something here for you. And he waves his hand, and appearing on the table is a peculiar-looking shield. Wrong one. This is a very specialized shield, and while it requires attunement, it does give you a boost to your defenses, naturally, as shields tend to do. But in addition to that, you can almost autonomously block ranged attacks that happen near you.
Oh,
Above the table, it's the arrow-catching shield.
I believe the last time we got into a proper combat, there were plenty of arrows and thrown things involved. So that would certainly be helpful.
Granted, all of Hansel's attunement slots are filled at the moment.
Yeah, my slots are all taken up. But I'm sure.
I think Woots can still use shields without affecting our armor defense, if I'm correct.
Oh, let me see if am I even proficient in shields? No, I don't have any experience in shields.
So I'm the only person with the shield proficiency?
Well, Krell has it too, but...
Oh, okay.
Good old Hexblade Warlock. You get your martial proficiencies.
Let's go. I see. What are we looking at on gold piece cost here?
I'd let go of that for about 7,000.
Okay. Good to consider. That would be good for some of us. I mean, I've seen Roots like catch arrows, so they probably don't need it. Might be good to go with your whatever new armor you pick, Grau.
Maybe. I still have to look around.
And I could always use one, although I'd have to drop one of these. Now that I think about it, I actually can't get rid of any of these, otherwise I can't wield the hammer anymore.
Well,
It's definitely,
if it's...
if it's on the table next time we come around, probably might take it.
Perhaps. But if it's not being hit that you're worried about, I do have something else that would be of import. And he waves his hand again, and the shield vanishes. And a small ring with a gem-encrusted signet on it that looks like a hummingbird appears in its place. This ring has been known to get its wearer out of incredibly sticky situations. It's been said that one could even dodge a fireball standing in its center.
Oh.
Above the table, Ring of Evasion. Also
Now
requires attunement, but it can allow you to automatically save a dexterity saving throw.
We've seen Woots do that casually, so that's definitely a good thing to have. I mean, yeah, that would be good for Paige. Would probably like that because they always go.
I'm kind of
Krell,
interested in the Ring of Evasion.
What are we looking at here on gold piece cost?
7,200.
Whew. Maybe I should pull up our vault records so I know how much money we have.
50 grand and change.
Ah! So we can, maybe, possibly, I think we can afford that.
Little bit.
Just a little bit. Paige says he's interested, so I think that's probably
Remember
a safe.
to haggle.
We don't need to look at how much money we have. We are only
Don't
like
be afraid to go out on another date with him if he's up for it.
That's that's not. It's not like it's not up for haggling at this point. That's just like how it happens now. I already agreed to a second.
Look, we might need more money in the future. Just haggle.
You're asking the wrong guy, man. I'm not the haggler.
Don't sell yourself short.
Have you met me? Do you know that? Do you know what I'm capable of?
Well, here or there, we gotta steal it, but I don't want to steal from him.
How about you, Crow? Are you good at haggling?
We could just buy it then. It's not that big a deal. What situation do you see us in that we're going to need 50,000 gold pieces to get out of?
Well,
I
we
need
could
a
end
lot
up
of
in
magic.
prison again.
We could end up in prison again. But we
Also,
well, that wasn't me. That was you guys.
Also, these spell components are getting more expensive with time.
Is that expensive to the tune of 50,000?
Yes.
I want to say the most
Look.
expensive spell out there costs like 10 grand.
I think it's more actually. Let me see here.
I want to say like the most expensive thing you can do is one of the golems.
Listen, we won the money pretty easily at the Coliseum. Do you think? Are you not confident in us being able to do that again? Or are you afraid to face Mason after you ditched him for 3 years?
Oh yeah, the manual of golems. Yep. The most expensive thing you can create is a stone golem, and it costs 80 grand. Or no, iron golem, and it costs 100 grand. It takes 120 days to finish.
Well, we don't even have the money for that. So
We also don't have the book, because you need a book to know how to do that.
Oh, I thought Paige had the Book of Golems.
No.
No.
What am I thinking of?
He's got
Right.
the Librum of Flesh and Souls.
Oh,
And I have the book that can make new spells.
then we're fine. What are you worried about?
Okay, then you go on.
Do you want the ring or not?
Yes.
Okay.
You can circle
Yeah,
back
we
to
will-
it.
Yeah. Well,
Of
keep the ring
course,
in
of
mind.
course. I have more items.
Keep the ring in mind, definitely. I have it noted in my brain.
Your small folk friend might enjoy this one. He waves his hand once more, replacing the ring with a set of chainmail. Very fine chainmail. It's very light to be held. Not quite mithril, but still very, very light.
Ooh.
This is a set of elven chain that anyone, regardless of their skill or strength, could wear.
You would certainly like that.
Get it?
What? And the gold piece cost?
Only 2,000.
Oh,
It's a deal, but
Perfect.
still haggle.
certainly.
It's a deal. Still haggle. Yeah.
Above the table,
are-
it's the elven chain. It gains a +1 bonus to AC while wearing it, and you are considered proficient with this armor, even if you lack proficiency with medium armor. So
Right.
even Paige could wear it, despite his lack of any armor proficiencies.
I need quiet in the
Wizards.
peanut gallery in here. Alright? You guys are impossible to please.
Peanut gallery.
Us and our American expressions.
Oh, we have weird expressions here. They don't translate to English very well.
Probably not.
Most things don't, from what I understand.
The best one is Armless John.
Okay.
Armless John?
I equivalent
Exactly. It's
the
for someone who is
one-armed man.
lazy.
Oh,
Oh. We have a lot of, I don't know if these are American or not, but there's a lot of sea shanties that typically revolve around a guy named Johnny losing his arms and legs. Like, it's weirdly common. I can think of at least 3 off the top of my head.
Let's say I can think of
Johnny,
2.
I can only think of Johnny. I hardly knew you.
Yeah, there's that one, there's The Cruel Wars, and there's My Son John. Those are the 3 I know. I think they might all just be iterations of the same story.
It could be.
I don't know
Yeah,
how many guys
another
get
very
jumped
good
for.
one is you can get your little horse out of the ring for someone to stop being lazy.
I mean, it makes sense. It's just weird.
Exactly.
Perfect.
Cultural
Well,
expressions are always weird for the other people.
yes, this is it. This one is a certain. Our wizard friend, the little folk, will take great use in it. He'll feel protected for the first time in his life.
Glorious. I'll just set that aside for now then. Now, if it's sturdiness you're worried about, I happen to have a peculiar belt that could help that. And he calls forth a belt with a armored and bearded face on the belt buckle. This belt can increase your sturdiness, as well as... How do I put this? Negotiation checks with certain peoples, as well as providing you with protections against poisons and allowing you to see in the dark.
Oh,
Another damn decent item for Paige.
yeah. I think I can do most of those things casually. Resist poison, see in the dark. Maybe not resist poison. That's more of a paladin thing.
But yeah, dark vision is definitely one thing Paige can't do. He could always use a boost to his constitution because he dumped it.
Yeah, I think that would
So-
be good. Is everything going for me?
That wasn't how I planned it, but...
Just so happens that that's looking to be the case.
I think you
I
will
promise
get
the
the belt.
last of the 5 items isn't for you.
Okay, but the belt and the chainmail would be very good for Paige. I think we should can leave the ring of evasion since it's very expensive. Also, I need another slot for my own stuff.
Sure.
I think Krell has an empty attunement slot presently. Hold on, let me look. Let's
At
see.
the end of the day,
Those 2
Mjolnir
count
will
as
always be
one.
waiting.
That's another.
Is,
So yeah, Krell only has 2 equipped at the moment.
is the 11 chainmail a tournament item?
Elven Chain does not require attunement.
Okay, yeah, get the elven chain and the belt. The other 2 slots of attunement I need.
Okay. And what are we looking at on the cost for the belt?
6,400.
Well, Paige, since apparently you're my financial advisor, I need to run these by you.
Yeah, but haggle.
You
Well,
are
if we buy
impossible.
multiple items, we could probably get like a bundle deal.
That's a good point. We're buying,
Quite a lot of
At
items
least
at the same
2 things.
time.
we're buying at least
Buying a
2
lot of
things.
items. We just
so-
come back from a travel of 3 years and we are loyal customers.
Yeah, we've probably got some loyalty rewards waiting. Been going to 7-Eleven a lot. Got a lot of points to spend.
We go magical 7-Eleven.
Exactly.
Listen, the Gnome Depot exists. Why not magical 7-Eleven? But, there is one further item I believe you would find useful, particularly for your mechanical companion.
Well, perfect.
And he waves away the belt for the moment. And a set of, they're roughly 6 inches by 3 feet strips of fabric. And they seem to have different elemental symbols running down the length of it.
Ooh.
These are hand wraps designed for those who favor unarmed combat that can add a little bit of extra elemental punch to their blows.
What do you think?
Dark
we'll just-
Pepper, get it.
Okay.
And it also
Okay,
doesn't require attunement.
Oh,
What
get
do-
out, sweet.
And how much are these?
2,200.
That's not bad at all. So definitely the wraps and the
Chain
The
and
Belt and
belt.
chainmail.
I'm debating if
And-
Krell wants the ring, because she does have one attunement slot open presently.
and Paige also wants the belt for sure, definitely, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
So
it
we
de-
can raise
so
con.
so definitely getting 3 on the fence about 4.
And then Krell's still gotta find armor.
And Krell still gotta find armor.
And I'm probably going with enhanced studded leather.
Yeah, that's probably a safe and cheap option. Especially, I think Krell has like a decent dex, right?
Oh yeah. +3.
Whew, there you go. Quite literally superhuman. Oh, I think anything 10 is basically. A normal human do that.
What's the name of the belt of the table?
Belt of Dwarven Kind.
Belt of
Ah,
War. Okay.
the belt. Okay. Well,
Alright. Krell's new armor's gonna be kind of expensive.
oh boy. Well, that's sometimes the way that's sometimes the way it happens.
He just read the
I
other
just-
effects of the Belt of Dwarven Kind.
Yep. In addition, weapons, the belt have a 50% chance each day down of growing a full beard if you're capable of growing one, or a physically thicker beard if you already have one.
That's
Is
the,
this how Paige gains his wizard beard?
Apparently.
that's the same belt they give Grog in the fucking ad for the Vox Machina show that they won't stop airing all the time. He puts it on and then he grows a beard.
Yep.
I've got a beard.
Don't you know he becomes 10% tougher when he has a beard? His own words.
I have not actually watched a lot of Critical Role, so
I'm
Forgive
rewatching
me.
the first season. And
I-
it is a
I'm
hoot.
more familiar with the second campaign than I am the first.
I am not a big fan of watching people play D&D.
I am. It's
I am
just
for the
Critical Role that's at the top of my list.
I like the roleplay part, but once they get into the battle, I'm like, okay, I can kind of skip a few seconds ahead till after the battle.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite
the
part,
battle is
honestly.
when it gets the slowest. But,
Yeah.
The crunchiest D&D battle.
Krell's new armor is going to come in at a cost of just under $9,000.
Oh boy. So, and she needs to decide on the ring. I think with that, at the minimum, we're going to at least 22 without haggling. With haggling, we'll see what we can get.
Yeah.
My expert ability to haggle. Because last time it went so well, and everything I said was taken the way I wanted it to be.
Yeah, everything we have selected right now, minus the ring, will run us close to 20 grand.
Well, I'd honestly say that's still pretty good for what we're getting.
Oh, yeah. We're getting Paige a lot tougher, we're making Woots' punches hit harder, and Krell even harder to hit.
I'm not buying it. So today. Maybe I'll come back another time for arm. I'm still decently difficult to hit, and I've got mad HP. I think that's pretty good. I think we're in for that. No matter what the voices in my head yell at me to do.
Are you unwell?
No. It's our metallic friend has some latent psychic ability.
Oh, how interesting. I wonder how that works.
Who knows? I don't. I understand magic pretty well, but psychics I don't. That's a whole other realm to me.
Paige starts a monologue about how the thing works. That's
Okay.
full of like jargon.
We set our wizard off. But I think
For the next 5 minutes, Krell is whistling mentally.
and Hazel just tries his best to tune it out.
Specifically, even though it can't happen in universe, the Globetrotter theme.
Very good. Then the armor, the bands, the belt, and Krell's armor as well. I believe that is our list of things we'd like.
Alright, give me a moment to run the calculations. And he forms an abacus out of nowhere and begins going to work. Looks like your total's going to be 19,500.
That's
Will that be cash or credit? Clearly I'm
believe-
joking. Or am I?
Well, either way, it'll be our little Kenku friend who handles that.
As always. Then I look forward to your further patronage and companionship at that. Once again, it's
Yes,
glad
of
to
course.
see you back.
And I'm glad to be back. Something about walking around the Feywild for too long feels just a little strange. Okay, it's time to go. I'd say the venture was successful, regardless of the fact that we are now 20 grand down.
Steal something?
No.
Sorry, obtain funds.
I mean, if you want to, that's your That's your realm. I'm not much of the. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't do it myself because I don't have all the sneaky bits.
While making my notes, I just realized that Paige is going to become a walking contradiction because he has a dwarven kind belt and an elvish chainmail.
Alright, we've got
Boy,
36,996 gold pieces left.
Still more money than we need, really.
Alright, let me hand out items here.
Perfect. Good job, us.
For that Page's journal. For that also in Page's journal. The elemental hand wraps into Boots's.
That's just fucking cool. Just have hand wraps and make your punches even more magical than they already will be or are. I don't know where in the monk progression you are.
Deep.
Great.
Well, I have to actually bring her character sheet up over here.
When do monk punches start being magical?
Like level 6-ish.
Yeah.
Wow. Jesus. That's a lot earlier than I thought.
Yeah, Crow picked up a set of studded leather armor plus 2, which is going to raise her AC a whole 1.
Hey man, that's one more point than you had before.
Well, I did just swap out medium armor that makes me roll disadvantaged at stealth, so
There you go.
now I can actually apply my whole plus 9 to stealth. Oop, I forgot to update my Fury of the Small damage. It annoys me that I have to manually update that every time.
Homework. We have planning to do. Maybe we should just scout the town out a bit more, see just how many checkpoints there are now.
Oh.
We can start marking them on the our map.
That back in the off screen. Page, get up here. Paige has a whole 15 to AC now.
Right,
Nice.
Paige.
In comparison to what he had before, which was a
11.
I'm not gonna have that much harder of a time hitting you because everyone we're coming across has like a fucking plus 11, but a slightly harder time.
Better than before.
Better than before. That's 4 whole points that you didn't have before.
And what about that constitution? I want to see those rise.
Yeah, it didn't do it automatically. Luckily, I can do that. Ha! Now you got a whole 13 to Constitution, which doesn't do anything for you.
Yes, it does. That's a +1 to any rolls.
Well, you already had 11, which does +1. I think. Does it?
No,
No.
I think it's every 2
Yeah,
numbers. That
11 is
12.
0.
So hey, that's more than it was before, and now your con saves are not is +0. They're +1.
Now Paige can get a cold win and not immediately get sick.
Oh yeah, don't forget to add +1 hit points for every level you have.
Ooh, nice.
Because you add your
13,
Constitution modifier to each level, and it works backwards.
So yay, 72 hit points now.
Go Page.
Pretty good.
Oh, you've already added them. Look at you being
Yeah.
proactive.
I mean,
I
the
was talking
moment you
about
said it,
Sam. No, I was talking about Sam. She already added in the damage modifier
okay.
for the hand wraps.
I'm on head of my stuff. Plus, Woods is very excited to get fabric, so I'm expressing my character.
Very good. Now we need to figure out how we're going to progress.
I think we should
I
head back
suppose if-
home and divvy up the swag and
Yes, for sure, certainly.
figure
see
out
what,
how we're
kind
gonna
of
scout
plans-
out our new surroundings.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing. I mean, I can be invisible and I can fly. Those are a pretty good set of things to be able to do.
And now I can be extra sneaky.
There you go. And that's what matters. Well then. Homeward we go.
Are you going to go tell me what was in Paige's letters while we're at it?
Oh yeah. Almost forgot about that. They're so focused on our new
Second.
magic swag.
I like to make like stories and words, so every time there's new information, I keep making theories about stuff, and those are the moments I'm quiet.
Good.
That's called gaming.
Probably. More like I keep making new stuff instead of theories. I did want to become a writer when I was younger.
Well, I did as well, actually. There was a time. And it's still kind of on my list of options if I
Yeah.
fail.
I was going to say that I want to write as a hobby, and if I do get published, then I can change my job.
Fair enough. I think I want to go to like culinary school. I think that's the plan at the moment.
Form of art.
I'm going with programmer, the accountant of this 21st century.
That's true. Everyone needs a programmer.
Everyone
Because
needs to
everything-
eat.
Because everything needs a website and an app. And if you can make either of those, you are in. Everyone does need
One
to eat, you're
box
right.
and mess everything up. Yay,
That's
roll
roll 20
20.
for you. Paper doesn't do that, but do I use paper? No, not even in my home games.
Well, paper makes me have to do math manually.
Exactly. When something could do math for me, which is the much better alternative.
Yeah, we make our way back through the city, passing through the checkpoints. Just the same as when we came, only, I don't know, maybe 2 hours later than when we departed. We returned back home.
You pass through the same guards full of magical shit.
Well, Krell's already
Nothing to see
using
here, nothing to see
disguise
here.
self to hide her normal stuff. And
There's-
her armor
there's nothing
is
off about
studded
this.
leather, so it's just part of her outfit now.
Yeah, we've got goodies.
Yeah, nothing we bought is inherently a weapon, so we just went clothes shopping.
We got fabric for Woots, 2 separate new things for Paige to wear, And Krell's got her stuff. Look at us. We are going up in the world, I think.
Much
not-
better prepared.
Yes. We're
Much
in the
less
realm
likely
of
to be
very-
stabbed.
We're very able to blow shit up, but we're also very able to defend ourselves. And that's good. That's good. It's always good to be able to do both those things. Now, the real question is, where do we go from here?
Why were in those with ladders? That's my question.
Huh?
Which
Oh,
letter
yes, the letters.
specifically? You get a lot of our mail.
I read through most of them, so if not all of them, I want to know what was like in almost everything. I know there's a lot of meeting calls, but there must be more than that.
Not only are there meeting calls, but there are summaries of other meetings that you missed. Most of them going over like city finances, plans for like renovation projects and city improvements, all your generic like town board meetings type stuff. Little scraps of information here and there about like more well-known criminals and criminal behaviors that have been going on. Some that got quelled, some that are still outstanding.
Any criminal we recognize?
What was his name? I didn't write it down in my notes. Yorick Twiceborn, who we met at the prison. His
Oh.
name is among them.
Damn, bro did not wait.
Well, I mean, he waited 3 years.
That depends on when the letter is dated.
Fair. Oh, that reminds me, I actually have to update my note on what the current year is. Because I had to write that down, so I didn't have to keep looking it up.
Boy, that doesn't happen often.
Yeah, it's now 1492 DR.
Whoo!
But yeah, just lots of goings on around the city, lots of city planning type things.
Okay, so they're not inherently pissed at you.
Yeah, but I didn't send any type of information about the things I asked.
Refresh my memory on what you did ask for.
Lots of shit. Like
Thanks.
Hansel said, every single secret we had.
Pretty much. Realistically, you told them more than you asked for them.
Yeah.
I mean, they
Sometimes
needed
that's what you
context.
I guess so.
But yeah, no musings about the syndicate from them on any meaningful level. At least
After
that
page-
helps advance us.
Yeah, so after Paige like looked at all the letters, he's going to write, let's see, 2 different letters.
Oh boy.
One for Mason and one for Spoon.
Oh shit.
I'm going to make the letter in my in the off my week time. It's just for flavor.
Alright.
How fun.
Spoon is Paige's first friend.
Wow.
I knew it.
Right here.
Can't believe it. We're getting page sentimentality.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right. Something about that seems off. Page, a person with feelings and emotions? Can't believe it.
Couldn't be. Couldn't be him.
He only has a year to
Maybe.
live.
Yeah,
Or
you
maybe
gotta
he's
work.
just gonna write something spiteful and mean for the sake of a joke. Who knows?
Or he's a changeling that you guys don't know yet.
Boy, that would be a weird thing to have kept secret all this time.
Well, maybe at some point when he wasn't with us, he got swapped out.
Pages and
Oh, that's
The
entire
real
time.
Page is in a dungeon somewhere being tortured for information. And we've been traveling with a
believe it.
changeling this whole time.
Page is an alternate? Can't be real.
Like, it's real weird that Paige suddenly got demon summoning powers when we needed them to break out of prison.
Strange.
You were making notes, aren't you?
A little bit.
Whenever that happened. That happened, like... I don't know how long ago that happened, but it was a while ago. My sense of time is not good.
You know.
What I do know is it wasn't this week, and it wasn't last week. So that means it had to be sometime before last week. That's called science. I'm a fucking genius.
His letters, how things looking.
Yeah. Are we still in good hands with the Rich Brigade, or what's the story there?
We are in good terms. They sent a lot of stuff about the city that I don't care about. But
Yes.
I did send in a letter that I'm going to participate in the next meeting and give them an explanation.
Gotcha. The stuff about the city might be a little useful. That way we may not have to actually go personally scout all of the new guard checkpoints.
Yeah, that's true.
Then-
Also, Krell, you remember that guy we escaped prison with?
Sure.
Yeah, he's back committing crimes.
Ooh, fun. By the way, it was 10 months ago we escaped prison.
Jeez, really?
Yup.
Wow.
Way back
Real
in session 24.
Wow.
For reference, this is session 67.
43 more sessions since then.
You gave me an existential crisis right now.
Not me. Time and his illusion. I'm never gonna die because I'm part of everything. I would
I'm
simply
just in
live.
constant denial.
Thanks to the power of denial, I'm immortal.
That's a
Exactly.
quote from something and I cannot recall.
It's
Futurama.
There you go.
Actually, I was trying to remember the phrase, but I couldn't.
So, what's the plan, guys?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
Was Granny Ann, or not Granny Ann, sorry. I'll look at those letters later. When was the more security proposed, and who proposed it in your council letters?
Yeah, did they ever say that? I
Uh,
would hope that's something they would tell you.
so did they?
Approximately 14 months ago they were installed, so a little over a year. When they were
So they're-
proposed was probably a few months before that.
Okay, so
But-
they've been around for a hot minute now.
Well, any name that like suggested them, like, oh, they put in this proposal, everyone voted on it on the council.
That's a Woot's asking the important questions here.
Well, how am I
I
supposed to
feel-
still, obtain in for stuff for us?
I feel like me and Max share the same brain cell, and Woods and the crowd do everything else.
Pretty much.
What are you trying to say? What are you trying to say?
I don't know why my brain is
Nothing.
blanking. One second.
Okay, we can get a next session. You can give me an answer.
Marco Kane was the one that proposed the idea.
Marco
Okay.
Kane.
Yeah, he was
What?
the civil services guy.
Oh,
Might be good to jot that name down for reference.
is the thing I'm
Yeah, 'cause
very
I-
bad with names. Can only remember faces.
He was the
Okay, well,
really,
I can
really
remember
big
names.
guy.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, the fat one? Or was he, by big, do you mean he was fat or he was actually just large?
Large.
8 feet tall and built like a
Ah.
ballistic missile.
Okay, so not fat, but large. Good. Glad we got that
Rather.
clear.
Man could one arm an I-beam.
I wonder who the stand user is.
I bet you it's Lyra.
Gonna jot that name down now.
Speaking of the twins, you have not been in class for 3 years now.
What do you mean? We graduated.
I know, but I never taught you guys magic.
Well, I kind of taught myself.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Nothing my way.
I have two unreachable beings that give me magic, so you're doing better than me.
Well, I draw my powers from nature rather than any other source of magic. And Joshua's just really good at stabbing things. He gets that from me,
Well.
he does.
This is
Corell's just biggest grin across her face.
It never hurts to help.
stabbing will be your legacy, Krell. And I don't think I think you're very happy with that fact.
Yep.
Good. Great. Glad we got that cleared up.
Why shouldn't she be happy about that? He probably saved his life doing that.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Stabbing is a very good skill to have.
Wow, you're a monster, Hans. You like stabbing people now?
I'm going to squeeze the life out of you.
Well, he does
I'm
like
going to-
bludgeoning children with a hammer, so.
I'm going to kick you until my leg hurts.
You can certainly try it.
Till my leg falls apart.
I don't guarantee your survival after that.
I will kick you until every bone, including the small weird ones in your hands and skull, are broken. It will not be fun for either of us, I promise.
Oh, no need to worry about that. I got a new spell that I haven't showed you yet. You're going to like it.
I hate you.
For some reason, I just envisioned like Paige just flipping off Hans after he says that. My new skill.
Okay.
It's like that.
This is what
It's like that scene, Critical Role season 1, with fucking Maxeldon and God, my brain's not working. Where they're just flipping each other off back and forth constantly for like 10 straight minutes.
Yeah.
This is what progress looks like. To the naked
Stand
eye,
by.
it may seem like we're not getting
There we go.
anything done,
Took me a
but we
second.
are. It may look like we're making no progress and we're just arguing with each other. But trust me, this is how things get done around here.
That's how we deepen our bonds.
That's why Krill and Woods are on the way, just to keep the things on the rails.
When Krell is the voice of reason, something is very wrong.
Now that I thought about it, I always found it weird, like in anime and stuff, when two characters the same team keep fighting. But now here we are.
Well, it's, what did the guy say in Jujutsu Kaisen? You never understand somebody unless you've crossed fists.
Sounds about right. Probably something that Tojo said. Or Tojo.
Yeah. The brother guy.
Yes, yeah. The guy who likes tall girls with big asses. Like
doesn't?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Specifically Jennifer Lawrence.
Yeah.
Like,
No,
they
that's what
name
Yuji
dropped her
says.
hard in that.
Yuji says it at least 3 times in that one episode. And Tojo is there like, you're a man of class, I see.
But, as we
And
come
he was
to our
really
disagreements and our agreements on how to move forward, that is where we shall end.